What seemed to me most important was to wait for a time when passions had cooled, for a time when the public might again be disposed to listen to my story.
Much of what we know of David was written down in a memoir after his death by one of his pupils.
I, Etienne Delacluse, and now myself become a painter of some obscurity, studied here at the school of David, and knew him as well as any man could. With these memories, I hope to bring alive again a great painter and the times in which he lived. For the genius and talent of David is like a mirror. It is with the same impassive eye that he has reproduced, almost as if he had no choice, every nuance of political and intellectual revolution that crossed the path of his own life. And his faults, too, for no great man is without them, seem to me not so much a weakness in his own character as a reflection of the extraordinary circumstances in which he found himself at different stages of his life. The work an artist does is indelibly marked by the events, the passions and prejudices, and even the errors of his own time. When the master was absent, the morning life class was invariably a scene of total chaos. We wasted all our time in minor scuffles and arguments. There were those who supported the Jacobins and those who opposed them, and we relied upon a network of spies along the corridor to keep us informed of David's approach.
Allons, enfants de la patrie, continue de la tyrannie, les tendances sont go élevées, les tendances sont go élevées.
But our wars were fought with jokes and games, and these little scenes in our studio were merely a parody of the far more serious events in the world outside. The memory of those bloody days is still alive in all of us who witnessed them. Those strange and terrible spectacles, the crowds spread out over the streets, your ears and eyes assaulted on all sides by chants, by shouts for death and revenge, by scenes of bloody violence. The lists of the condemned shouted out on the street corners. A little further off, toy guillotines on sale. Childhood being, as it is, without pity and charmed by the novelties of death.
What else do you sing, Ducis? Gluck, isn't it?
Yes, master.
Well, if you like him, I think the Italians are better. Careful of the arms, they're too heavy. And of course, if you prefer German music. Well, now you really do belong to the ancien regime. Your painting is like your hairstyle. You're out of your time, my friend, born either too early or too late.
To this day, I continue to be astonished by my recollection of this extraordinary man, whose political reputation had transformed him into a kind of monstrous savage in the imagination of all those who had never actually known him. In reality, he had the most cultivated of manners. In his dress, in his whole person, there reigned the quality of a man of good company, in spite of a look that was a little hard and a tumour that disfigured the left side of his mouth. David was, in truth, a prominent member of the feared Committee for Public Security. He never denied it. But I can say now with absolute conviction that his concern there had been exclusively with matters relating to the arts.
But Delacluse was wrong. What he could never have known, for the documents only came to light a century later, was that during a period of 2 years, David had signed literally hundreds of warrants for the arrest of men and women denounced as enemies of the revolution. Many were tried and imprisoned, some were executed. David was later to deny he was ever responsible for the arrest of one single person.
Ah, Etienne. Monsieur Delacluse, already convinced of his own genius.
No, master.
I have to repeat to you. I have to repeat, take care. It is not all in the head, genius. It must be cultivated like a
Monsieur David was also afflicted with a marked impediment in his speech, for some of us the source of much cruel amusement.
It must be cultivated like a
Rare plant.
As a consequence
Yes.
of this affliction, he was in the habit of getting quite lost in the midst of his favourite homilies.
Oh, I don't know what I was talking about, but you understand me, Delacluse?
Yes, master.
Yes, master.
The figure is good. You should start painting. To seize. Please.
The time-honoured sanction for the more troublesome of the students was for Monsieur David to order him to take his turn on the rostrum in place of the model. These few little episodes I have selected from 1,000 like them. And if our daily life in the school seems hardly touched by the momentous events outside in which our master was playing such a part, you must understand that we were young then, and we saw in front of us not the man of politics, but the artist, the greatest in France, and the creator of a work that had changed the course of painting in our time, the magnificent Oath of the Horatii.
In a setting of cold, vaulted stone, darkness beyond, the figures frozen, it seems, in utter silence, the three sons of Horatius are swearing an oath to their father before they go out to do battle. David's characters are the very embodiment of the Roman virtues: proud, patriotic, fearless, impassive. In time, this will be adopted as the first image of the revolution. It's already itself a revolution in painting. And after the excesses of the old regime, now they say when you walk past a David, you can feel the chill wind blowing from it.